Okay, this is gonna be a little more fun. I was scrolling through Instagram. So everybody know I'm in the military. I was literally just in uniform. I gotta change back in a minute. But besides that, I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw a girl that I used to know. Somebody used to know. I say I used to know because I only knew her for a short amount of time, and I'm not gonna consider that as knowing her. But I saw her bio change, and she said she's a Navy veteran. Now look, listen, I'm not the military Joe Navy guy, but how long do you gotta be in to be a veteran? Can you just be in for 30 days and, oh shit, I'm a veteran, salute me? No. I'm just trying to vlog. It's just a better trying to walk. That's just me though. What I'm trying to say is, okay, you know how they thank you for your service? What if you didn't serve nothing? You went to school, you went to boot camp, and you passed. Good job. And then you worked for a month and quit. Or for whatever reason, you are out of the military. People get separated, one of them being medical. The other ones could be smoking marijuana. A whole bunch of stuff. You get separated just for failure to adapt. Literally because you can't adapt to the military lifestyle. My whole shit is though, there's a certain amount of time that you gotta be in order to be considered some type of veteran. What did you serve? What am I thanking you for? You know what I mean? If you serve for a year, I appreciate it. But that's an internship, bro. That's not a job. It's definitely not the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So why should I thank you for your service if you was in from breakfast to lunch and dipped? No, that's not how shit works. I'm sorry, but you're not gonna be an OG if you was there for 15 minutes, bruh. If you was there for a month because you was moving in and out, you're not from there. Just because I live in Japan for 2, 3, even 5 years, brother. Yeah, it sounded like sketch.
It's in my ass, brother.
It doesn't mean I'm a Japanese, brother. I'm not from Japan. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, sure, you don't have to do 20 years to be a veteran. I agree. But if you can't do 4, matter of fact, 3 is the minimum. I'll let y'all say that you a veteran. If you anything less than that shit, you're wasting my time. If you couldn't adapt, if you couldn't work, if you couldn't stay in the environment of the military for long enough, why should I thank you? So I'm gonna give you the story to Shorty I'm talking about. We went to boot camp around the same time, went to A school at the same time. She was 1 class ahead of me. She got orders to the state we were in for school, and then I got orders to Japan. I still followed her on IG though, so like that's how I found out about her getting out. The thing is, for like the first 3 months, consistent military posting. It's no doubt in my mind that she's in the military. About a year later, mind you, I don't talk to her. I don't really know her like that deep. So we get to about a year later, and I go back on IG and I see one of her stories. I see that she's back home, which is not where she's supposed to be working at. My first thought is, oh, she's just on leave, vacation. So I didn't think anything of it. About 6 months after that, mind you, I've been in for 3 years. This is like a few years ago. I check again when I see her story. She's in Oregon again. Now, she could, by the grace of God, be taking leave all the time, which you can because you're literally like in the States. I'm in Japan. It's not as easy. But what was funny is that it looked consistent. So I didn't pay much mind to it until about actually like a month ago. And I was going through Instagram and I seen her post something. And I was like, damn, it's been a while. And I pressed her profile and her profile said Navy vet. And I said, well, she's not a veterinarian. So she's trying to say she's a veteran? Yo, just because you in for 2 minutes or whatever, 1 year, it don't make you, you know what I'm saying? It don't make you a veteran. If that's the case, then don't serve at all. My bro, just walk in and be like, yeah, I don't feel like doing this, but I want the respect. So I'm a veteran now, correct? Cool. I bet. No, you know what I mean? That's not how shit works. Anyway, I also know a few other people that consider themselves Navy veterans. I know another one from New York. I'm not trying to give states like that, but New York is pretty big because I know a lot of people from New York that's in the military. That motherfucker, don't ever say he's a Navy veteran. He was in for a year and a half, 2 years maybe. I've been in 3. And if I get out tomorrow, I'm not gonna say I'm a veteran. I'm serving a 5-year contract. To me, that's a pretty hefty amount of time for me to call myself a veteran. And even then, I don't throw that shit or put that shit in my bio just because. The fuck you need to know I served the Navy for? I only need the people at whatever store is serving that 10% military discount. That's it. I don't need to post that shit on my IG. Motherfuckers knew I went to the military while I was going. It is irrelevant to my civilian life. Again, I'm still in the military though. So it's different. But shorty, you are not a vet. You feel what I'm saying? That's disrespectful. A vet served time. You did an internship, and that's it. That was all I had to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm gone.